All right, y'all. So I'm running a mile every single day. I've been running these for the past 216 or so days, right? So for about however many months that is, I've been waiting till the end of the day to run this mile. So I'm doing a mile a day. I'm getting out there. But it's at 11:30. I'm procrastinating still. And so I'm allowing myself to do this challenge, but I'm not requiring myself to become better by doing it. And that's the only point of the challenge. You know, you could read a book for a page every single day, but is that requiring you to stay focused and diligent, to actually take notes? You know, you could read all these books, but if you don't actually put the information into action, does it require you to become better? No. It's like checking the box of like watching TV. You know, it's the same thing. It's using books as entertainment. So I'm basically using this as a way to feel good about myself, that I'm running a mile every single day, but I'm not requiring myself to become better. So one idea that I'm toying with right now in my mind is that if the dream requires me to do something in the future, then I have to get started in a small version of that today, or else I won't be able to do it in the future when the dream requires that of me. Well, my dream is to run a marathon every single day of 2026 because it's the year of the marathon. Now, I'm running a marathon every single week of 2024. I'm doing the necessary steps to get started, but am I running a half marathon halfway through the week? Am I starting to add on one more marathon every couple months? You know, if I want to be able to do this by 2026 at the start of it, that means that I have 18 to 20 months to really get prepared and dialed in for this. Okay, so that means that 7 marathons, basically every 2 months moving forward, 2 to 3 months. I got to add on another marathon to my weekly training schedule. And so do I want to do that where I do 2 marathons a week, or do I want to do a half marathon, 2 half marathons and a marathon, blah, blah, blah. You see what I mean? Like whatever it takes to start requiring that of me. But here's what I do know, is that even if I still do a mile every single day for 5 of the days of the week, even if I do a half marathon, whatever it requires of me, if I'm running the mile a day at 11:30 p.m., that is not where I need to be for this dream to become a reality. I'll pick up the mileage, I'll add it on as I go. But the one thing that I know is true is that I will have to do this at the bare minimum, latest 8 p.m. at night, because that would be the worst case scenario, that I have to run a marathon that day and get it done in 4 hours, right? Now, ideally, I don't ever wait till 8 p.m. There's never a situation that requires me to wait till 8 p.m. because in order to actually pull this off in 2026, I would have to get started every single morning. That way I can still walk around, do the exercise, the light jogs and stuff like that, or the stretching, fueling, whatever it looks like, to get a solid night's sleep and wake up and do it all again the next day. If this is the case, then I need to start running my miles at the start of the day, which means I got to start waking up early. So I got to stop recording these videos at midnight with this bright light shining in my face and running a mile 30 minutes before I go to bed, because then that jacks up my heart rate. You see what I mean? There's all these little cascading effects that if the dream requires me to be better, I have to move my entire life right now to start moving in that direction. And not cold turkey. I'm not going to start running in the afternoon. No. If the dream requires me to run a marathon every single day of 2026, I have to run a mile every single morning, starting today. And then I also have to start adding on more mileage. It can't just be a mile anymore, boys. We're out of the small leagues. We're in the big leagues, right? It's not small leagues, but you see what I mean. Like, we're in the major leagues. Whatever you want to say for the phrase. I didn't grow up watching basketball because I grew up without a dad. So, yeah, I bet you feel terrible about yourself now. Okay, but anyways, back to the main point here is that if the dream requires it of you, stop putting it off till tomorrow, because it will never happen if you wait till tomorrow. This I know to be true because I have been chasing this dream, and I say chasing for a reason, of becoming a content creator for such a long time. The content dream requires that I post a video every single day, because if I'm gonna run a marathon every single day, I gotta post a video on Instagram or TikTok of me running every single day, right now. So that's not just an Instagram story. No, I gotta be reaching people for this mile a day challenge every single day, right now. Because in 2026, I'll have to be doing that. So I need to be in the habit of doing that well before that, right? As well, to have the resources and the people and to have the most impact and all these different things, I gotta get started today. So for you, what is your dream? You can dream. I give you permission to do whatever you want in this life. I'm running a marathon every single day in 2026, right? Who the heck ever thought that that would be possible? I don't even know if it's possible. We're going to see. I'm going to do it in 2026, and that's when we'll know that it's possible, right? But until then, I have a question in my mind, and that requires me to start moving towards that to see if it's possible. But what I do know is that I can run a marathon every single week. I've done it for the past 20 weeks. So I have pretty solid proof, and I've done 3 double marathon weekends. So I know that I can run 2 marathons in a week, right? Back to back. Why can't I do 7? You see how that math adds up? That's boy math right there. For you, what is your dream? I give you permission to dream. If I'm able to dream of these massive things and then somehow make it happen by building tables of all things, not even with a real job, right? An actual working for someone else or working for myself on a consistent basis, which soon here I will have that. But regardless, if I'm able to dream that big, then what's stopping you from dreaming even bigger, If money is the only constraint, find a way to make the money and then go out and do whatever you want in this life. Now you come up with that massive dream, but then reel it back to today. It's like, how can I hold myself responsible to actually take action on that dream today? Because I know for a fact that very few people will ever dream big, but even less will actually require the responsibility of themselves to act on that dream today. They will always say some excuse that will allow them to wait. And guess what? They will wait it out for the rest of their life, and they will suffer for it in the end by the regret that they have on their deathbed. So do not be regretful. Think about who you will be in 85 years, who you will be in 10 years, who you will be next year, who you will be in the next week, and what that will require of you today, how to get to that spot. Do I want to be an interesting person? Well, I better do interesting things. Well, does that wait until I'm 85 years old? No. When I'm 85 years old, it's going to be difficult to do interesting things. I better start doing those interesting things today. I better start dreaming big right now, because every day that goes by without taking action on some dream is one less day that I will be able to actually do anything in this life. You see what I mean? Because it ticks away quick and then it runs. There's a time frame about 10 years, maybe. I would say that it's even 3, from the age of 22 to 25, because when you're 25, you're starting to look for a girlfriend. You have a job. You maybe want to start paying down a mortgage, right? There's all these little responsibilities that add up. You got 3 years to cash in big on this dream and go all in and take the most risk of your life, or else the time will fade away and you will never achieve this massive idea that you have for yourself. So take the time to dream big right now. Ask yourself, what would that require of me today? Actually take that first step. And then here's the fun part. Do it again tomorrow. Do it again the next day. Do it again the day after that, for the rest of your life. Because if you do that, you will achieve massive heights. You will achieve so many great things. I started running a mile a day in October of last year. And then in December, I added another mile on every single day. There was a week in December where I ran 98 miles in 1 week, and I had no idea that I was capable of that until I required it of me. I gave myself a challenge where I added on a mile every day. It was required of me. That was the circumstances that I gave myself. So give yourself a challenge if that's what it takes, whatever it takes to get you out there to move towards this dream that you have for yourself. Because you'll find out that you are capable of so much more. And by giving yourself a dream, you actually move towards it. You'll understand that it's not just this one category of my life that I was underestimating. It's my entire life. All categories of life, I'm underestimating what I'm capable of. So you set a dream once and then everything changes your life when you take the responsibility to take action today. I love you so very much, and you have no idea how much the rest of the world is counting on you to move forward. So I'll wake up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to run a mile, maybe 2, because I know that that's what's required of me to move towards this dream. And that'll give me the confidence to dream even bigger. Let's go, boys and girls and people of the world. And have yourself a wonderful night. Wake up tomorrow morning and move towards this goal. Let's go. Why not us?